Hello. I've just started book 2, loving it. Straight away I was like, oh my god, we've got another POV, we've got another POV. I repeat, we have another POV. Because come on, we needed more. We needed to know what's happening on the inside. And immediately the like conflict between some of the heirs, I'm like, oh, Seth seems to be like the lowest ranking out of them all. He just seems a little bit ditzy, a little bit not going on, and he's there with his braided hair bracelet being like, hee hee hee, oh my god, how cute, look at these, oh wow. I am pleased to know that Caleb had absolutely no idea that they were going to try and Tori, I didn't really want him to be involved, and now it makes sense why he was trying to be like, hey, let's ditch the dance, like come to mine. He actually was genuinely trying to save her, so there's some redemption points in there. All my struggles with remembering who had what nicknames and everything, I've actually gone ahead and written out like a mini cheat sheet. Exhibit A, this is what I'm currently doing, with like, this is their legal name, these are the other nicknames the other characters refer to them as, especially for the twins. I'm like, their nicknames just seem to be endless. I kept forgetting Diego's name, so he's the one that I still don't trust. I don't know, he just gives a weird vibe that I feel like he's hiding something. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot going on with Darius too. Like him, the whole dragon thing, I feel like there's a lot we have not uncovered there. A lot of pent up aggression. Darius has flown onto a roof. Professor Orion's there, which we now know his first name is Lance, and they're talking about family, and I'm like, right, so are you two related? Darius makes a joke about bagging Lance and all the girls being jealous about him finally like getting with the hot professor, and now I'm like, so you're not related? Or please don't tell me you're related if this is the same thing. I know that there's like a weird undertone of like incest going on with some of the like royal families, but like, are they related? And are they also a thing? Oh my god, what is happening? He said the sentence of, he's like a brother to me, so I'm like, okay, please tell me he's actually a brother, but he could still be related in some kind of way. But that makes sense why they have each other's star sign tattooed on each other, because they have a bond. That this was a manually created bond and not like a strings and fate and all that kind of business. Because the way that they're describing Darius being away and him having like, in Orion having to get blind drunk to try and forget about it, and then Darius turning into a dragon to fly home to see him, and then they spent like 3 days together, I immediately went, oh my god, they're in love. And here I was thinking that Orion and Miss Blue were gonna be hitting it off. Clearly, I did not know the picture going on. So I finished the chapter, we've got more context, but then also more questions. So Lance is Darius's protector and has been his protector for a long time, clearly. And they're bonded. So whether or not it's the bond that is like drawing them together, making them like want to be together. Because like when he was like feeding off him, he said, like when Lance is feeding off Darius, he said that it makes it stronger, and it was like harder for them to like step away and like separate it. So it's like, how much of this is purely from the bond and how much is actually from them? And also because of the bond, anytime the Darius is hurt, Lance feels it, which is like wild. Darius's dad, what a piece of piss. The fact that his first thing of being like, oh, I found out my son is Pegasus, kill him. And then the wife stands up for the son, and then he's like, yeah, gotta kill her too. So that she has to put in place some kind of measure so that she doesn't get killed and the son doesn't get killed. I have so many questions, but like at this current point, the biggest question I just want to know is Darius and Lance, are they in love? I think Miss Blue might be like a little jelly. Oh, love triangle, but like make it a throuple. Why am I whispering? Is Lance, like, is his family a protection family? Like, is his type of healing, type of power something that has been bred to protect the heirs, and specifically Darius? Like, why don't any of the other 3 heirs have someone like Lance? And also, does everyone know that Lance is Darius's like protector, pretty much, like bonded protector, like feels his pain, heals his pain. These two are really, really, really drawn together, but they're both finding other people that they're attracted to. Is this them just trying to fulfill the craving that they have with each other, with other people? Caleb said to Tori that like there's some kind of rule or something that is in place when she's essentially his blood bag, that he has to protect her. So obviously Orion has to protect Darcy. And is that purely his infatuation with her because he is using her as a blood bag as well? Is that one? How are they gonna break their bond? I feel like their bond is not gonna break anytime soon. Like, it's clearly gonna require some big power to break. Geraldine is interesting to me. I don't know if she is seriously a die-hard fan of the twins, or if it is some kind of like double play where she's just trying to get close to them to get involved, because the twins just fully let her in on the fact that they had stole a whole bunch of Darius's gold. Max singing a siren song and hooking Tori with it and dragging her out and be like, look, there's no way around it. The only way to break this spell you're kind of under is to kiss me. Here's his brain, and Tori is just like flick, 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 flick. Oh, here's a really bad memory of yours. Here's a really bad memory of yours. I'll take that. I'll take that. And like ransacks Max's brain. Max was like fully all down, and it's like, okay, was this just a siren song, or is this like some underneath subconscious thing he's got going on? Because I feel like all four of the heirs have at least one twin that they're like secretly after. That Max is a bastard child. His real mum is dead and his stepmom is horrible and basically trying to get him out of the way to let her daughter in. Crazy. He actually doesn't love fear and like scaring people and getting that. It's just that he likes taking the fear away from people to make them more happy, which I was like, see, I knew secretly underneath all the thick layers of like, I'm so cool, all the four heirs would have like a softy side. I just knew it. I just knew it. We learned about an Elysian mate, the one true love situation, which I'm like, okay, who is this about? Are both the twins gonna have an Elysian mate, or like is one of them gonna have one, or is it other people that already have one and we don't know? There's no reason he said that without it being like some kind of foreshadowing. I can feel it. These books are really fun. Like, are they a bit silly? Yes. But are they really fun? Yes. Darcy is hiding in the cupboard, and Seth and some of his pack are all there. They are wolves. Can they not use their sense of smell to smell her? Massive bed, red silk sheets, red curtains. It's like a brothel. Yes, and he treats it like one. That pack is close. Darcy wants Orion. Orion also wants Darcy, but clearly there's something going on with Darius there. Like, regardless of what kind of bond's going on, there's something else. We've got Seth, who wants to be with everyone, but I think he mostly wants to be with Darcy and then add every single other being onto his list. Then we have Caleb, who obviously wants to go with Tori, but then we have Darius, who also wants to go with Tori. So that's why I'm like, is this a why choose situation? And then we have Max. I feel like he's forgotten about constantly. We are at the party and Orion has just taken Blue into the pool and they're down the bottom, and I immediately am like, they're gonna kiss, they're gonna kiss, they're gonna kiss. It's happening. She's talking about how she's never been drawn to someone more in her life, and we've been hearing about bonds and like Elysian mates and like all this stuff, and I'm like, is this happening? Is this happening? What happens to Darius? Is he gonna get jealous? But yeah, Darius wanting to take Tori on a motorbike ride, but then it's not happening because his dad's a prick, and his dad being like, get inside, and then beats him up, and Orion has to heal him, and then Blue's like, oh my god, hi, it's me. I think they're gonna kiss. I'm so excited. In the kitchen, I'm boiling the kettle. The tea is happening. He said, up there, we can't be together. And then I really I just stopped. If he says, but down here we can. Can you tell that I haven't slept for a while? I'm quite excited. The tea is hot. he completely dried them off as if nothing ever happened. We're currently watching them play pitball, playing horrible because there's Pegasus poop all over them and glitter and fleas. I've missed a washer come through and be like, yo, I've had a prediction. This is not safe, this is not good. I think that's genuine, I think that's true, and I think him telling the twins to run should have, yes, 100% they should have done that. So we can all agree, Washer was correct. He read the fortune, there was chaos, they should run, they should have run. Now we get to see the chaos and bring on the order forms, bring on everything. Everyone is going Mach 10. We got powers up the wazoo. We've got Darcy running to save Orion. We've got Tori running to save Darius. And it's like, oh, what's happening here? What about Caleb, Queen? Who are you picking? Both? Why can't I have both? What do you mean that's where it ended? What do you mean we didn't get anything? So clearly there's something going on. They have blue and red fire magic. What? And no one knows what that is. Sick. They're like, don't know. And then Darius with his mad comment at the end being like, you just proved yourself. And it's like, okay. Is there some kind of magical bond between Darius and Tori? Because what in the Bermuda Triangle square is going on? Here's the twins. They're connected forever. And then we have Darius and Lance. They're also connected. Maybe not forever, but definitely connected. That bond is hella strong. And then literally if you split them up and you split them up, we've got a connection here and we've got a connection here. We have a circle. Why don't they just buy one big house and live all together? And Seth and Max and Caleb can just visit them periodically. Like, Darius clearly has a thing for Tori. And Lance and Darcy obviously have a thing. And they have a thing and they're just sisters. And it's just like, woo! Left the first book being like, I have so many questions and you've given me no answers. I finished the second book and I'm like, now I have even more questions. I have a bit of answers and then no answers. And it's like, no wonder there's so many books. Darius almost dying sent Tori to like a different level, to the point where she was like almost crying, like losing it over him. Well, she was crying, losing it over Darius potentially dying. And it was like, okay, but why? Why do you feel that way? Why do you feel that deep connection to him when? She hasn't had any kind of connection to him. Do you know what I mean? Like, Caleb makes sense. He is literally drinking from Tori. So like, there is like the blood bond happening, blood bag, whatever you want to call it. And they got it on. So it makes sense that there would be something. But Darius and Tori, there is maybe nothing there. But there is this. And then I'm also like, how can Darius have two connections? Is this his like fated mate situation, but not mates because, you know, they're not wolves. But like, what? I want to know, and I want to go to Google and ask Google so bad, but I'm not going to do it. But I want to do it, but I'm not going to do it, but I'm thinking about it, but I'm not going to do it. And for my final recap of book 2, I loved it, and my favorite line was, oh, go out fuck yourself. That was chef's kiss. Thank you. On to book 3.